friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty G, and today's video is going to be a little get ready with me. I just wanted to sit down, chat, play with makeup. I had some new things to play with, so here we are. I love how this turned out. I'm so excited to show you how I did it and what I used and all that stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Whether I am background noise, whether you're doing your makeup with me, let's just move on into this get ready with me. I guess before we do, as far as my accessory details go, this is just an old basic choker. And these earrings used to be plugs from Love Kills Boutique that I turned into earrings. So without further ado, let's hop in and get into this video. Okay, friends, hi. I have my drink of the day. I have not had the watermelon wave from Alani in a long time. Like, so long that I don't remember what it tasted like, but it's really good. It tastes like watermelon candy. It's really good. So in this get ready with me, I have some old, I have some new. I did want to play with the pieces of the Tainted collection that Jolie Beauty sent over, so I figured we'd do a little get ready with me. So that's my plan. And speaking of plans, I have no plans today, so I'm just filming just to have fun. Nowhere to go, nowhere to be. I did already kind of start. I did do my brows and I did prime. I primed with the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter, but now is where you come in. We're gonna do this together. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you're not doing your makeup with me. Maybe we're not doing it together. Maybe I'm simply just your background noise. But for foundation today, I'm gonna use my Milk Hydro Gel Tint. I was obsessed with this last month. I used it almost every day after I got it. And I haven't really used it since because I was trying out other stuff, but I wanted to bust it out again to use it because it's so good. So I just put a little dollop, although that little dollop went a very long way. So I'm just gonna paint this on the rest of my face. I hate the feeling of when foundation gets on my lips. This is awful. But how's it going? What's new with you? What have you been up to? How's your month going so far? Any fun plans? I'm meeting up with my YouTuber friends in a couple weeks and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see everyone again and meet some new people. We were just at Disney yesterday, Zane and I. We went to Epcot. That was super fun. But aside from those things, pretty chill, pretty chill. Cleaning off my lips because I'm gonna lose it with that foundation feeling. I can't do it. Yeah, this foundation is still just as beautiful as it was last month. I love it. I love the glow. I love the way it sits. It's just perfection. For concealer, I've been using my Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Concealer lately, and I have really been enjoying it. So we're just gonna keep on that train and go with this one too. But have you been watching anything, reading anything? I need to catch up on White Lotus. I'm like 3 episodes behind. I think the finale just happened, like literally last night. So I need to get back into that and finish the season. I was liking it so far, but I need to obviously see where everything goes. But what have you been reading or watching or anything? Is there anything like coming out that you're excited for? Let me know. I feel like especially with shows and stuff, I get really behind. I like forget what's coming out. I'm really excited for the new season of You to come out. I don't think that's coming out super soon. I think we have a little way to go, but I could be so wrong and it could be launching tomorrow and I have no idea. This concealer with this foundation is like a match made in heaven. That's so pretty. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Contour now. I'm getting pretty low on this, I think. But I love this product. It's probably, like, if I had to pick one favorite cream contour, it's this, for sure. I just love the way it blends out. I love the way it looks. The applicator is very messy. Like, this is hideous, but the product works nicely. I'm gonna use my Sigma F53 brush to blend it out. What are some things you're looking forward to with spring upon us? I mean, we're in spring now, but what are some things you're looking forward to this season? As many of you know, if you've been here before, I loathe the hot weather. In Florida is already just too much. It's too much. It's exhaustingly hot. I went on a run this morning before the sun was even up, and it was just so humid outside that it was making me just feel so heavy, and I was like wet. And not even from sweat, just the humidity. It's horrible. But I do try my best to find things to look forward to. I want to try to just go out of my way to like go to our pool more in our neighborhood. I tried to do that last year and I feel like it did help. It helped with just getting me excited about a hot day. I'm excited to watch just cheesy, like summer slasher movies. It's gonna be perfect. So one of the pieces in the Jolie collection is the Smooth and Set brightening powder in the shade Sugar. I don't typically use a white powder, but I figured I would try it anyways. I am, however, going to start by just setting with my loose powder first, because I'm not sure going in just straight on with the white powder is the move. I feel like I want my loose powder to start. This is Translucent Buttery from Kosas, but I'm only gonna set my under eyes with this, and then I will go in with the brightening powder under my eyes again, and also in my like highlighty zones like nose, chin, all that good stuff, places where I want a little bit more brightness. I just feel like I don't typically like a pressed powder to set my under eyes. I do prefer a loose, so I'm just gonna stick with what I know and use the brightening powder in more of a way that I think I'll enjoy it. Don't want to ruin my makeup before I even have a chance to get started. Look at this little heart powder puff from the collection. Are you kidding me? It's so cute. Just gonna grab some of that powder and let's start pressing that under the eye. Ooh, that's very bright. That is a white powder, that's for sure. I mean, to be fair, I'm pretty pale, but I do feel like that does show up. The question is, does it look good or does it just look kind of flat? I mean, I'm sure once I add like my blush and stuff like that, it'll help everything even out. I'm gonna press that on my chin. Oh yeah, that's very, very white. I don't even feel like I'm using a lot of it. Set down the center of my nose. And I do usually like this area to be really pressed down so that I don't crease from smiling and talking and all the things. I mean, it all feels really nice. It doesn't feel chalky or anything. It is very bright though. I feel like that made my complexion look very stark. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, actually. I think it looks pretty good. Very just smooth and highlighted. For blush, there is a cream blush in this collection. It's called Bliss. It's in a cute little heart compact, and it's this peachy shade. I haven't worn this yet. I've just swatched it. So let's see what this looks like on. I'm gonna use my Sigma F43 brush. Just gonna dab in a little bit, and then I'll start kind of blending it on the tops of my cheekbones. And then I'll set the rest of my face with more of a glowy powder because that's what I prefer to do. And then I'll top this with a powder blush because that's also what I prefer to do. That looks really good though. That's a good color. I want to say there's a couple shades of this in the collection. I'm not positive. I know the collection is bigger than what they sent me, and they sent me a lot. So there's a lot to it. But this is the blush they sent me, and it's so pretty. I really like that color. I love a peachy blush though. I think it's good. Yeah, I like it because it's definitely peachy, but it's kind of like a soft, like more natural peach. It's not like too orangey, because sometimes peachy shades can lean a little orange, which is fine when that's the vibe, but I already know that I want to do something very red and purple for my eyes and lips today, so I'm glad that this is a little bit more of a softer shade so that it doesn't overpower or create a weird contrast. This is perfect. It's almost as if it's part of the collection for a reason. I'm gonna set the rest of my face with my NYX High Glass powder, the long time ago discontinued powder. I'm just using this big Fantasy Cosmetica brush to set the rest of my face so that my blush doesn't move around and so that I keep a little bit of a glow. For powder blush, I'm going to use my Rare Beauty Luminous Powder Blush in the shade Hope. I feel like these are the only powder blushes I want to use lately. I honestly can't even tell you the last time I wore a powder blush that wasn't one of these. It's probably been at least a few weeks, which is a long time because I put on makeup at least 6 days a week. This is just so pretty. And this shade in particular, I've worn nonstop like the last, I don't know, 7 or 8 days. It's just such a pretty color. I feel like these are just like truly my perfect blush. Like I love the glow, the luminosity. It's just so perfect. And especially as somebody who does like to layer like creams and liquids with a powder on top, I feel like these are just perfect. They are pretty by themselves, but I do feel like these are perfect blushes for layering. They just do everything that they're supposed to. They are wonderful. This is a Singe brush, by the way. This is the F06. It's kind of been my go-to powder blush brush lately. I like how small and precise it is, and it's really, really fluffy, so it disperses that product really well. Let's put on some freckles. This is my Nabla freckle pen. I think I'm actually gonna need more of this soon. I think I'm getting kind of low. but not yet. Not yet. I will scrape the edges of this until it is actually gone first. It's gonna add a couple cuties throughout the tops of my cheekbones and nose. And I'm just gonna set with my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Setting Spray, and we'll move on to the eyes. And I'll do my highlighter while I'm doing my eyes because I'll probably use one of the eyeshadows. Moving on to the eyes, I have the Tainted palette here. I am such a sucker for red, purple, pink. Such a good combo, and this is just so pretty. It is bigger than I prefer in a palette, but I'm really excited to dive into this. So I want to do something very just dark, dramatic, vampy. I'm so ready for it. I'm going to start by priming with my Profusion pigment base. I'm just going to add a little dollop, and then I will blend it out. I'm so ready for something just dark and mysterious. It's going to be so good. I have a vision. We'll see if it pans out. All right, everything is ready and out of the way. I'm actually gonna start with the black shade Obsession. I just know that I want a dark background for this, so that's what I'm going for. This is an Arttitude Cosmetics 3 brush. And, really, I guess I want this just all over the lid. I want a really dark smoky eye today. I am gonna layer a lot of shimmer on top of this to the point where like you're really not even gonna see the black anymore. But I do want this background to peek through as I'm blending out my mattes. That's where it's really gonna come together. So I'm just packing this all over the lid and just kind of getting it ready to go for later. I feel like with a dark dramatic smoky eye, like just doing these different layers really makes a big difference in my opinion. I am gonna take my Milk Makeup Outer Space pencil. First I'm gonna tightline my upper waterline. This is something I do every time I do my makeup, whether I do something dark or light. And then I'm also gonna run this all up in my waterline and kind of drag it down onto my skin just a little bit. Nothing too crazy here. I'm gonna use this little Lens Makeup Looks #1 brush. This was in collaboration with Blend Bunny. And I'm just gonna smudge a little bit of that black eyeshadow just right on top of that liner that I just ran on my eye. I just wanna make sure it kind of connects in that outer corner. Again, just setting up for my future self, blending out the other shades. If it looks messy to start with, good. Okay, so I'm gonna start blending that out, I think with Secrets. I wanna kind of go with like a black into like a reddish into a purple. So taking Secrets on this Blend Bunny in Lens Makeup Looks #3 brush. This is just sort of a fluffier pencil brush, and I'm running this right in my crease. Like I'm going deep in that crease. I'm not gonna bring this up and out super far. I'm simply just placing this right deep in there. And I'll do the same on that lower lash line. Again, keeping it really tight. I'm not really blowing it out super far or anything. That'll come in more later. But just getting this blown out and blended out for now. And just making sure that upper is connecting to that lower lash line as well. Okay, next, I guess I'll take Stiletto. This is a matte that has little sparkles pressed into it, but usually the sparkle just dusts away, and if some sticks around, that's fine, because there's gonna be sparkle all over my lid soon anyway. This is an E10 brush from Singe. I'm gonna tap that off. And again, I'm tucking that pretty deep. I'm going just slightly above what I just did, but it's still pretty deep in the crease. And I'm just very lightly, like I have the lightest hand on my brush. Actually, I'm even gonna go down my brush a little bit so I have even less pressure. Very, very light touch. And just lightly swirling this on that outer perimeter just to further that blend a little bit more. And I'll do the same to that lower lash line. I will start blending and blowing this out further on this lower now that I'm at this color. But a lot of the blowing out's gonna come in with my light purple that I bring in here in a second. But I think this is looking pretty darn cool already. Like it's very extreme. But it's very cool, and once I add all my shimmer and stuff, this is gonna be so fun. But again, I really wanted a very dramatic look today. This is not a subtle, no makeup look. We don't really do that here. So finally, to finish off this blend, I really wanna bring in some Lust. I just feel like that very fuchsia-y, pinky purple will be a really cool contrast to go with this. I'm grabbing this fluffy brush from Simply Posh, and again, I'm gonna hold the end of my brush so that I have very light pressure. And I'm just gonna super softly just start blending at that edge of that red to get it a little bit softer. I'll grab little bits at a time and just kind of building up as needed. But really my goal isn't even to bring in a ton of this shade. It's just to soften that very outer edge and make it a little bit more blurred before I start going in with a bunch of shimmer all over the lid. And this is where I really will start blowing and blending out that lower outer corner and just dragging that down a good bit. I am loving this. I feel like I'm coming into my final form right now. I feel like if your middle school self would think that current you is cool, then you're doing everything right. So yeah, I'm kind of dragging it onto the tops of my cheekbone a little bit. And I'm gonna add highlighter here in a moment, but just kind of getting that really blended. This is kind of why I didn't want to do highlighter first, because I wanted to keep all of this very clean before I added highlighter. But I am loving that. I think that looks so pretty. This honestly blended really, really well. And I feel like, you know, black, red, even this touch of purple, this can all be very tricky. So I'm very pleased that this has worked out really nicely. Okay, obviously if you wanted to, you could even leave this look matte, maybe highlight the inner corner with a white matte highlighty shade, but we're gonna add some sparkle, some pizzazz to it. Starting with my NYX glitter primer, I'm just going to take some of this on my finger and I'm just going to add a little bit across both lids, just like a very light amount, not a ton, just enough to help the shimmer pop even more and stay put really nicely. So I definitely want to play with heat, this bright metallic red. I just have to. It's the rules. I feel like I'd get in trouble if I didn't. The makeup gods would smite me. So I'm just placing this all over the lid. Are you seeing that? Hello? That is so pretty. I just want this all over the lid, and then I'm gonna go back and like blend a bit more, get this metallic red blended into our smoky eye really nicely. And then I think I'm gonna take another one of the shimmers to add more sparkle, because this is just very metallic. It's beautiful, but I want it to be even more sparkly. So I'll just lightly top another shimmer over it once all's said and done. That is quite literally probably one of the coolest reds I've ever worked with. Very, very pretty. Honestly, quite similar to Leon from Oden's Eye, if you know that shade or have that shade. Just like a really pretty shifty, vibrant red. So again, I'm just gonna go through with my previous blending brushes. As of right now, I'm not even gonna grab any additional product. I don't think it's really necessary. And I'm just gonna make sure everything is blending from this metallic into the rest of my mattes nicely. I think this is looking so cool. So the shimmer that I wanted to kind of top over everything is Bite Mark. It's like a little bit purpley. I'm actually gonna use that blending brush that I had earlier, that Simply Posh one. I wiped it off and I just kind of dipped in to get a little bit of the sparkle on that brush. And I just wanna lightly press this on top of what I just did, because I'm not trying to necessarily layer this entire shimmer over the lid. I just wanted a little bit more of that sparkle. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it, that sparkle to kind of come through. Just to give it a little extra something. I love that. I am officially Vampire Queen. I'm here to drain your blood. For the inner corner, I was kind of thinking Seduce would be fun, this highlighty, shifty pink. I feel like that might play into this outer corner nicely. So I'm just gonna use this little Singe brush, the E01, and highlight my inner corner with that. Yeah, that's gorgeous, I love it. I've had an absolute blast playing with this palette. This was actually such a treat to work with. And for my face highlight, let's go in with Spark, this white highlighty shade. I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty highlighting brush, and I'm just gonna swirl this on the tops of my cheekbones. Maybe grab a little bit more. I was like too scared to grab too much, and then I grabbed nothing. Oh yeah, just like a little extra shimmer. Honestly, between my eye look and the luminous blush, like we don't need a lot. We have a lot going on, but we can always add more. Oh, I love that. I love that a lot. Threw on my mascara. This is the Milk Makeup Kush Waterproof. And as a side note, there is a lash curler in the collection, and I really like it. It has these little teeth. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can see that. And it, I feel like really just grips and curls really nicely. So for lips, they sent me a couple lip pencils, a couple lip stains, and I think this is the combo I want to do. I think it's gonna look really good. So this is the Nocturnal Pencil and the Vixen Stain. These are the darkest ones. Everything else is more of a like vibrant red. I wanted something dark, so I'm gonna start with this dark purple pencil Vixen. Just gonna line and kind of lightly fill in a little bit. I like this color. I can't say this formula is my favorite ever. It's not tuggy, but it's also, I feel like it's just not remarkable. I feel like I have other lip pencils that I prefer, but I do like this color a lot, so I'll definitely be reaching for this again. So now I'm gonna take the lip stain in Vixen, And just gonna take a little bit. Oh, that's very drippy, very drippy. Okay, yeah, that's very wet. Just kind of using my finger to blend it out, which I will regret because it is a stain. My finger will be stained now. That's not going anywhere. I do like this color a lot though. I'm just kind of building up little bits at a time. And that wet feeling does seem like it goes away pretty fast. That looks so pretty with this eye look too. I really like that. Thanks so much for watching. I love how this look turned out. Like everything about it is making me so happy. Like I feel like my skin, the eye look is so cool. The lip with it, it's all so perfect. I love this. I feel like I genuinely had a great time playing with everything that was like newer to me. I didn't really have any issues. The stuff that I used that was older was still a hit. I'm feeling pretty good about my makeup right now. It's honestly a shame that I don't have plans. But anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of the makeup I used? What do you think of the look? All that good stuff. If you made it to the end of this video, why don't you leave some like vampy emojis? Because I feel like this is a very vampy look. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Helps my channel out a lot, and if you're not already, you can follow me over on Instagram on BATTYBEAN over there. Also, if you want to, you can subscribe, and if you would like to, the link to my second channel is in my description box if you want to hop over there for additional content. And in my description box is a link to my channel memberships. There's a couple different tiers with a couple different perks, and I would love to have you. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep watching, I'll pop a similar one on the screen, and I thank you so much for being here, and I will catch you in the next one.